Hey y'all, it's Alec with Sharing the Journey. Just want to remind everybody I'm still in South Texas at the KOA campground, and South Texas is windy, so you'll probably hear a little bit of wind noise. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is Sarasota Tim. So when I first started my YouTube channel back up this past summer, which it had been dormant for like 3 years because I broke a camera, and you can go watch videos about that. I started watching this guy named Sarasota Tim, and he really encouraged me. He had an uplifting spirit. He talked about minimalism. He talked about helping people. He talked about sobriety. He talked about living your best life. And he talked about all the things that I was interested in, so I started watching him. He lived in a 16-foot wolf pup camper down in Boynton Beach on a piece of property at an inlet that, or a intercoastal waterway that a friend of his owned. And he lived there with his girlfriend, Tammy. And Tammy was not there all the time, but she was there a good bit of the time. She also stayed with her daughter. And he just brought this uplifting message, so much so that he encouraged me to restart my YouTube channel. So I was talking to a friend of mine named Bear. He has a YouTube channel called Backroads Nomads. I'll list it down below. And I was telling him about this guy and how it's encouraged me to start my channel back up and all this kind of stuff. He said, "Alec, that's great." He says, "I've done several YouTube channels. I'll help you. Let's do this." And I started one. So I'm gonna put a clip right after this from when I was talking about Sarasota Tim on one of my first videos when I came back. After the clip, I'll sit and talk to you about why I don't watch him anymore. I tell you who has encouraged me is, if you've never seen a guy on YouTube called Sarasota Tim. He does a daily video, which is too much for me to do in my current lifestyle. And they're all uplifting. If you haven't seen him, go see him. But he's the one that has, watching his videos, encouraged me to lose weight, to quit drinking my shot or two of whiskey every night like my grandpa, Daddy B, used to do. Yeah, he's just a very inspirational guy. And so that's what I want to do. I want to talk about enjoying your life when you retire, staying healthy, and that sort of stuff. So after listening to his message, my wife started making fun of me because every morning I'd fix my cup of coffee. Tim posted 1 or 2 videos, sometimes 3 videos a day, and I would catch up on the videos from the day before, and we called it Coffee Time with Tim. And this went on for months and months and months, and we really enjoyed him, and he had a lot of good things to say, and I was paying attention. And you know, right now I'm still not drinking. I didn't have a drinking problem, but I didn't need that in my life. I've lost some weight. You can tell from the clip I just played to now. I've lost some weight. It's just life got better. And then Tim and Tammy decided to take this trip. They didn't go very far. They were talking about going all up into Maine and all over the country. They went up to North Carolina and back to Florida. And during this time, Tim decided to, I guess he was making a little bit of money on YouTube now, wasn't doing his side hustle at the grocery store anymore. And while they were at his daughter's house in Georgia, he went and found this Flagstaff camper that he fell in love with. He took Tammy down there. Tammy liked a different camper than he liked, and he didn't talk to her very well. I'm going like, you know, maybe Sarasota Tim is not the person I want to be modeling my life after. And then they went on a hike. And she hurt her leg, and he wasn't helpful to her. He wasn't he wasn't very Sarasota Tim like. And so I started questioning, and I said, okay, this is, you know, maybe 1 or 2 isolated incidences, and I'll keep watching. And then they decided, okay, it's time to go back home. And they went and they bought this new camper, moved into it, and started heading back home. And he had bought this Predator generator so he could do all this camping and stuff. And they started staying in Cracker Barrels and stuff on the way home. And I remember this one video where they pulled into a Cracker Barrel. If I'm remembering correctly, and the reason I'm saying if I'm remembering correctly, because he's taken several of these videos down that I'm talking about that made me change my perception. But they pull into this, I believe it was a Cracker Barrel, and he opens all his slides, he cranks his generator, he's taken up multiple spots. I think it was 2 spots. And a lot of people, you know, went in the comments and said, you know, my wife and I live in a 32-foot motorhome for the past 5 years. We travel the country, work camping. And so me, along with probably 100 other people, sent him messages in the comments about, hey Tim, just so you know, that's frowned upon. You know, we use those spots for just overnighting. They're not camping spots. You know, don't put your slides out, or just put your bedroom slide out if you're over grass. And you know, don't leave all your lights on, and don't run your generator all night, and all this common sense stuff. Well, the next day he got up and he made a very condescending video where he was belittling all the people that watched his video the day before about us trying to teach him a little bit of camping etiquette. And his video was bad. He really talked down to his subscribers. And I think he ended up deleting a bunch of comments off of there, which if you look back in mine, there's some bad comments on some of my videos, and I go with it. It's just, you know, they're trolls out there and they leave bad comments. But I'm sure I'll get a few on this video. But so he did that and it aggravated me, and I quit watching him for about a week or so. So after he got back to Boynton Beach, on the way down, I guess he called his friend Teddy that he rented the police piece of property from, or he was the property manager, and so he didn't have to pay for the spot or whatever. And so there was a guy that lived next to him that I guess he got Teddy to kick out or move so he'd have more room, because the guy was gone by the time Tim got back. And I thought, you know, that's kind of a crappy thing. And some people put some comments in there like, hey, what happened to the guy in the old Class C motorhome? And he would just say that, I think he said something like, you know, he's not what Teddy wanted there or whatever, and he's moved down the road. Well, you could tell he and Tammy were having trouble. Miss Tammy was hardly in any videos after that. And his whole persona changed. It's like, you know, look at, I mean, if he didn't give us 5 tours of that video, of that camper, and stuff about it, he gave us 15. It's like, oh my God, if I have to look at the inside of this camper one more time, you know, why keep making the same video over? And my wife goes, well, Alec, because he's not working his other gig anymore, he needs the YouTube money. I said, okay, which is fine. If YouTube's his side hustle, then that's fine. But just tell us, you know, don't just tell us that all we need is Social Security at age 62 and you can live off $1,700, because clearly he couldn't. Well, I don't know what happened after that, but it wasn't that oh, and then he started getting all these products in the mail. You know, he had like a 1 million view Social Security video that his channel exploded over, and he started getting all these free products. We saw 3 of the best e-bikes ever made by man to man. We saw 2 or 3 of the best sets of earbuds. We saw him give a review on, I want to say it was a toaster oven or something that was the best ever, and it's the best thing. And then the next videos, oh yeah, I don't need that, I'm sending it back. So it's like any product that was sent him, he was taking advantage of and trying to cash in on YouTube and the products and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, as a lady I watch, Squirrel Tribe, you know, you do you, boo. But I quit watching much of anything. And then but I was still subscribed, and I saw a video pop up where, this was just a few weeks ago, I bought another camper, and so I went and watched it. He bought this little Bushwhacker teardrop, and he had moved his Flagstaff up to somewhere in Jacksonville, stayed in it a day or 2 or something, and went back down to Boynton Beach, and now he's back on Teddy's property, staying in this Bushwhacker teardrop with no bathroom, where on one of his videos you can actually see the urine jug up behind the pillows on the little shelf, which I thought was kind of gross because it was half full. So I told my wife, I said, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not going to watch any more of this. So I stopped watching again. He went back up to Jacksonville for a short period. So I started watching a few more videos, and he decided to go on this adventure out west with his Bushwhacker, because even though we listened to, I bet you it was 20 videos about this new Toyota Tundra that he bought, new to him, that, oh yeah, he got it because he'd be able to pull a bigger camper. He bought the Flagstaff because it was the perfect size to pull behind this camper. Well, now he's taking this Bushwhacker because he's talking about how the Tundra gets such bad gas mileage, he can't afford to pull the Flagstaff because the mileage would be so bad, and it's so heavy and so big. And you know, and I was thinking, you know, like, you were encouraging me to retire, get on Social Security at 62, and life will be fine. So evidently that's not true, but he keeps pushing that agenda, trying to get another 1 million view payoff, and it's not happening. So now he's out west, and I saw it came up in my feed where he is looking at buying his 3rd camper, a bigger teardrop that he can pull, so it's got a bathroom in it, so he doesn't have to use the pee jug and the 5-gallon bucket anymore to poop and pee in. And you know, I'm thinking like, okay, you're supposed to be a minimalist, and now you've bought 3 campers in 6 months, and this adventure you're going on is you're not doing anything, you're just shooting video out the window, you know, anywhere from 8 to 12 videos. My wife tells me that, I think today or yesterday, he said that he's going to shorter content videos, like 5 and 6 minutes, so he can post even more, like 20 videos a day. And so, you know, he hasn't said anything that has inspired me in months. If I want to go shopping at Walmart, I'll just go myself. I'm not going to go with him and watch his 10th video of the day buying a coffee at Wawa, whatever it is, and buying some junk at Walmart, some Chinese junk that's going to fall apart before he gets back to his camper. So I'm done. And so I unsubscribed from his channel. My wife, I believe, is unsubscribed to his channel, and I'm just going to keep being the best I can be. Now, we don't travel that fast. We travel full-time in our motorhome. We work camp our way across the country. Our channel has gone from, when I started watching Tim, it had like 226 subscribers left over from 3 years before, when I was doing a little bit of YouTube. I think I had like 8 videos up to, I think I went over 2,300 subscribers today. I put up, you know, usually videos on Mondays and Thursdays at 7:45 in the morning, and a couple of shorts here and there. I'm going to post this as a bonus video this week, And so I want to say thank you to Sarasota Tim for inspiring me to get back on YouTube. I'm having a lot of fun. But dude, you need to listen to what you're saying and practice what you preach, because I'm not buying it anymore. Y'all be safe out there. Have a good time camping. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video. If not, you know, that's fine. I'm just doing this for fun. And y'all be safe out there. Until the next one, I'll see you down the road.